Have you ever been in a situation where someone, usually a guy, talks down to you and automatically assumes that you cannot know more than they do about a certain topic just because you're a woman? Well, this condescending and patronising behaviour is mansplaining, and in this video we're going to give you some tools and tricks to help you deal with it if it happens to you. Now, there are many cultures where a man's voice is worth more than a woman's voice. And often we are raised to be nice and respectful and not to challenge authority. However, that's not always the best way to deal with mansplaining. Research shows us that women are 3 times more likely to be interrupted in a meeting than men. Women are often raised to be nice and respectful and to wait our turn, so sometimes trying to deal with mansplaining or get your point across can be difficult. So if this happens to you in a conversation or a meeting, you can say something like, "John, that's a really interesting point, but I don't think you understand my area of expertise on this." Or, "That's interesting you raise that, but actually I experienced something different when I was working on this." If it happens in a really public forum, you can say something like, "John, let me continue, and if I haven't answered your point, I can come back to it at the end of the meeting." "John, I appreciate your comment, but this is within my area of expertise, so I'm going to continue." If you see this happening to someone else, it's important that you step in and help address the situation. This can be saying something like, "John, I appreciate your point of view, however, I feel like Susan has more expertise in this area." You don't just have to deal with it then and there. You can circle back round and deal with it afterwards, which sometimes is less emotionally charged. You can explain to the individual perhaps how they're being perceived or how they can change their behaviour in future to make sure that they bring people into conversations and make everyone feel heard. If you're going into an environment where you think you may be mansplained or there's like a repeat offender, there's a few things that you can do to help this. Speak to the meeting chair or someone else who's going to be in the meeting with you and explain that you feel that this may happen, who the repeat offenders are, and how they can help you if it does. If there's a repeat offender on your team, perhaps you and a colleague can have a conversation about what to do if that happens and how you can support each other. If necessary, you can physically raise your voice or, in extreme cases, walk away. You can head off frequent offenders with comedy. John, I'm sure you're going to tell me all about this. However, before you do, I'd just like to make the following points. Finally, it's okay to not be okay with mansplaining. In extreme cases, you may find that raising your voice is an effective way to deal with it, or following up with a one-to-one conversation with an individual to show how they're mansplaining. Most people aren't aware that they do it, and when you point it out, are keen to work with you to change their behaviour. Try these tips out next time you get mansplained, and please leave a comment below to let us know how you helped it. I'm Liz, and my channel Simplification, where we give you the tips, tricks and hacks to help you navigate your career and achieve your goals.